Alright guys, welcome to another video with a guy and his projects. We have bought, it's not really a toy, it's more of a tool. We have upgraded an item we had. If you've been following me for a while, then you already know most of this. But I had a Nissan Frontier 2006 Nissan Frontier when I started this channel, and I put 250 some thousand miles on it, sold it. I got in a Ford Excursion, a 2001 Ford Excursion. Did a little bit on that, realized it wasn't what I wanted. I was caught by the allure of the Excursion, which is amazing. Those trucks are awesome. So I got that, it was the V10. Realized I need a truck bed, so I sold the Excursion. From that, I went to the 2001 Ford F-250 V10, which was the white truck. You've seen a lot of that truck. You guys are blowing those videos up. Thank you. I had that for a while. Loved that truck. That truck was awesome. The only thing I didn't like about it was it just didn't have a lot of gumption, didn't have a lot of horsepower maybe to get up the mountains to work and back, especially after I put 35-inch tires on. So I fixed that up, did a lot of fixing to that truck. I put a lot of money and a lot of time into that truck, and I sold it. From there, I went and I bought a Dodge Ram, a 2000, I don't actually remember the year. I bought a 1500 Dodge Ram, and I didn't like that truck right from the get-go. I didn't like it, so I decided immediately this is going to be a flip it and buy something else truck. So I did that, made it look nice, upgraded some stuff on it, and got rid of that truck. And then I bought the new one that you're about to see. This truck, the idea behind this truck is to be our forever truck. When I say forever, I mean it's going to be here for a while, hopefully. It's got a bad reputation. It's got a very, very bad reputation. In fact, it is the second most hated truck in America, from my understanding, preceded only by the #1 most hated truck, which is actually the truck that came after the one I bought. But what we have is... Dun, 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 dun. All right, so this right here, whoop, where's my finger in relation? This is weird. Whoop. So this, so this right here is our new forever truck, per se. This is a 2004 Ford F-250. It's got the same interior as the V10 because it's that 04. They didn't change that till 05, late 04. It is a diesel though. It is 6.0 liter diesel. Now, if you know anything about these trucks, they sound amazing. They come with a buttload of problems from the factory, from Navistar. The transmission is amazing. They bought the engine from Navistar and it sucks. It was later upgraded to the 6.4, which sucked even more before Ford built their own engine for the 6.7. So this is the truck. This is awesome, guys. Let me flip you guys around here. I have to say that the previous owner did a lot of stuff to this truck. There's some things that need to happen, like the tires and the rims. So these are the stock 31-inch rims. I like 265, 70, 16s. I want to put some 18s or 17s rims, and I want to upgrade to 35-inch tires. Maybe 37 down the road, that's to be determined. It went through, we got LED third brake light, we got LED tail lights, we've got, I put the toolbox in the back. He had a 60-gallon auxiliary fuel tank. We've got floor mat I put in already. It's got all kinds of goodies. I mean, this is just the outside. It's got some nice steps here. I'm not a big fan of steps, but these actually look decent enough. I will probably keep them. He's got mud flaps that of course will come off. We've got rad flows front and back for shocks. He's got brand spanking new leaf pack in the rear. This is actually fit for an F350, which means it's very much more stiffer for me, but whatever. We got airbags. I want to put some onboard air for tires and stuff because we will use this as the camping vehicle. There's a Banks diff cover, whoop, which is pretty much the only diff cover I would be okay with having, and that is what he put on here. The back shocks are adjustable. I haven't played with that yet, but they're adjustable for what it's worth. So the interior is the same as the V10. This is the Lariat package. So it's got the leather, but everything else is the exact same. Fits my car seats the same way for my little boy and my little girl. He has these nice floor mats in here, which these back ones are actually kind of annoying because it doesn't run out. It sits in a basin as far as mud and water goes, but whatever. So as far as mileage, there's 260,000 miles on this truck, and it looks really good for 260,000. Plus it's a 13-year-old truck. It's got some cracking in the seats, but that's not a huge deal. The console here is raveling. My dad does a lot of woodwork. I'm actually going to see if I can get him to build me a wooden cover. I already replaced this. This was all warped and peeling off. I got this off eBay for like 40 bucks, I think. I already put that in there. It's got the stereo, which actually just died yesterday. It says it needs a software software issue. Please contact dealer. We've got a CTS, I believe it's a 2-edge tuner. I'll show you guys that in a bit. I went in, he had the brake controller mounted to this panel. I don't understand why. That seems like a silly place to mount it, so I moved it over. I also put in a fuel gauge so I can monitor my fuel pressure, because that seems to be a big thing. So we got the fuel pressure gauge, which pretty much varies between 61 and 58. Every once in a while it drops down to 57. I might do the blue spring mod just for some adjustability. I already bought the Sinister Diesel adjustable kit. I just don't know if I'm going to install it yet. There's been a couple things that happened already with this truck since I've bought it. One of them being the Fickum went out. All right, I just replaced the Fickum. Before it was a crank no start. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, it was the Fickum. Life is good. Oh my gosh, that's a relief. I was really worried it was gonna be something way worse than the Fickum. Start it up, just running. Let's see what kind of voltage we're at on this, and then I got power down. I drained the coolant to get the degas bottle out and all that crap. There we go, 49.5. Woo! That makes me feel better. Fickum sinks at 1. All right, we'll shut her down and finish putting her up. And then the stereo went out. I've got a broken stereo, boop boop, of course, so I'll probably just replace it. He did put brand spanking new front rim, or front springs up as well. Those are brand spanking new. I'm going to be changing those out for some lifted springs, of course, eventually. But yeah, this truck is clean. It is nice. There's no dents, there's no dings. He's got LED fronts. He's got this grill. This grill is, okay, this grill looks really nice, but it is so freaking bright. When I pop the hood and I'm trying to work under there, the sun just reflects off this crap so bad, it hurts. It'll burn your eyeballs out. He's got these upgraded square mirrors. Yes, he wired in these lights, so they work out great. And they're pretty nice. I had the rounded ones on the V10 that I put on there. I got a video on that. And I like these way better. I debated putting these on the V10. I was like, nah, with the rounded contours of the truck, I want to stick with the rounded contours on the mirror. These are way better. Okay, so let's pop the hood. It's hot under there. Oh. Whoa. Okay, so we have a lot of money spent down here. Hopefully you guys can see. I don't know what you can see, but so he did just replace the batteries. So the Fickum underneath this coolant reservoir died on me like a week after I bought it. The voltage, the power side went out. I'm guessing he was having issues before because he had put on a brand new alternator and he put on brand new batteries. Okay, the problem being he put these Walmart piece of crap batteries on that don't last long. You can even see this is April 21, we're in August. So I've actually been driving this. I bought this in April. This is August. I've been trying to get rid of all my RAM videos before I introduce this so I don't confuse you guys. So he put on these super cheap batteries. I need to upgrade them. And then the alternator he put on died on me as soon as I got it too, the same time that the Fickum went out. And there was no model number. There was nothing on the alternator. There wasn't even a brand name. So I'm guessing it was a remand, a super cheap remand. So I went through and I bought these from DC Power. I really like this so far. It's 180 ampere. Seems like a nice upgrade. So that also I've done since I've owned this. Yes, I know the jokes are coming. I barely bought a 6.0 and I'm already going broke. Yes, I get it, okay. Anywho, so what has this engine done? He put on the Sinister Diesel metal coolant reservoir. In the gas world, is a coolant reservoir. I guess it's a D-gas bottle on this truck, whatever, who cares. So he's got that on. This little yellow wire, I have no idea where it goes to. It disappears into this harness right here. I don't know where it goes from there. He put on a Sinister Diesel airbox. So with the airbox though, he did some modifications up front, so it doesn't actually run to the grill. He cut it short. I'm gonna look into that eventually and do something different. But anyway, Sinister Diesel airbox. He's got the Sinister Diesel D-gas bottle. He's got a bulletproof diesel Ficum, and when that went out, because I live in Florence, Arizona, I ran over to Mesa on Monday, the Monday it went out, and they rebuilt it for me in like 10 minutes, put a new power supply on it, so that was awesome. So then from this D-gas bottle, we also have, I believe this to be a Sinister Diesel hose kit, or maybe it's not. So it says Performance Machine on top. I don't know who owns that, unless that's their own company. It's got a Wix filter on it for the coolant filtration system, and of course that runs back in there to the bypass valve. What else do we got on this truck? We have my upgraded alternator. We have an oil bypass filtration system. So this is actually dumping, it's coming out from wherever it comes out at. It runs down. He mounted the filter down here under the frame. I'll show you in a minute. And the oil comes back up and dumps down into the crankcase from there. So I don't know why he put it under the truck right here. In fact, I want to relocate it because this is going to be our family camping truck, and we go off-road, and I don't want to risk popping the filter. Even though it's not 100% filter, it's still 20% or something like that of the oil's going through it. That's a lot of oil to lose. All right, so from that though, so this oil cooler, he got rid of the stock oil cooler because again, those have a lot of issues. They're built inside the engine and they're cooled by the coolant, which I guess it goes through some really small things and it gets clogged and people have a lot of issues. So he ran a bulletproof diesel air cooler system, which, yeah, let me pull off this stuff that's all breaking here. And it runs down here and it's got its own radiator, which is a Fluidyne radiator. You can kind of see it right there maybe. I can't see what you guys can see because of the sun, but it's a Fluidyne radiator is where the oil cooler runs to, which is pretty cool. So this guy spent a lot of money. Supposedly it's been studded. The EGR is physically there, but it's not active. And supposedly he did head studs. Supposedly he's done head gaskets twice. And it also has the 7.3 liter fan clutch, which I hear is a good upgrade. So all that being said, this truck is awesome. The V10, the air conditioning, I had a hard time getting the AC to blow colder than 50 degrees, which here in Arizona, anything cooler than 90 is cool. But I even took it to a few shops. They all had a hard time getting it to blow colder than 50 degrees. And I was kind of hoping it was just that truck. This truck is doing the exact same thing. So I think it's just a Ford underpowered AC system issue. I think they built this cab, the cab's too big, and it just has a really hard time cooling it off. That being said, we just came from California, where I pulled about a 3,000 pound trailer, about 7 hours of driving at 70-75 miles an hour, and the truck did fantastic. The oil temperature did get up there. It was sitting around 228 degrees. I'd have to slow down and let it cool down every once in a while, but overall this truck is awesome. So, oh yeah, the other thing we've done is I put on these little in-track. So they have them that you can glue to the outside. They're rain guards, so you can crack your windows in the rain or without whatever you want to do. I like the in-track because it's just a much more sleek, narrow, smooth design. So I did that. I like it. But overall, 260,000 miles on the 6.0 2004 diesel, and I like it. Yes, it is a four-wheel drive. That's the other thing the previous owner did, is he put on these worn hubs. Oh man, he put on these worn hubs, and something else the previous owner did. So these hubs, my V10 also had worn locking hubs. I like these ones better. These feel much tighter. They're a lot harder to turn. I mean, they're sharp. You gotta get your fingers in there. But if you're not being a pansy about it, I like these a lot better than the hubs I had on the V10. They just feel tighter. They feel more stiff. They feel more robust. So as far as the oil filter goes, there's the, get my fingers on it. There's the bypass oil filter mounted to the frame, which I'd be okay with, except it hangs below the frame. So I feel like I would know if I was gonna hit something or hit it, because I'd hit something else first, but I don't know. We've also got these lines just kind of hanging. I wanna clean that up a lot better. I want to mount this somewhere else. Let me know where you guys have yours mounted. This is an AMSOIL kit, I believe. The mounting kit, I believe, is an AMSOIL kit. So let me know, I'm curious. So anyway, that is the new truck. This truck I hope is gonna be around for a while. We've already had a few issues, but I mean, that comes with the territory of buying a used vehicle at 260,000 miles. I really like it. I'm happy, I'm excited. I need to figure out something to do with the AC. Other than that, lift, tires, coming soon. So guys, stay tuned. If you wanna see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up to let me know I'm doing a good job. Stay tuned, share them, and we'll see you next time.